Good morning to one and all present here. Today, I, Bhawana Yadav, student teacher of Army Institute of Education, is here to present a lecture on the topic Peer Assessment of Creative Work, enhancing collaboration and feedback in creative endeavor. Let's discuss what is peer assessment. Peer assessment is a process whereby groups rate their peers. Peer assessment is a structured process where students critique and provide feedback on each other's work. It fosters self-assessment and improvement skills. It engages students in managing their own learning and developing assessment skills. What is creative work? Creative work can be defined as the utilization of imagination and originality and expression to produce new and innovative creations. Creative work spans various mediums including art, literature, music, film, design, science, etc. Creative work is often characterized by its uniqueness and novelty. It allows individuals to convey ideas, emotions, and perspectives. Creative work thrives on imaginative thinking, pushing boundaries and exploring new possibilities. There can be multiple examples like painting, writing, music compositions, filmmaking, design, coding, etc. Why use peer assessment? What is the need of peer assessment? Peer assessment encourages students' responsibility and self-directed learning. It develops skills in giving and receiving constructive feedback. It enhances learning through exchange of ideas and knowledge. It also deepens engagement with course material. Key consideration for peer assessment. Clearly communicate the purpose and benefits of peer review. Consider anonymity for objective feedback. Provide examples of good and poor feedback. Set clear directions, time limits and deadlines. Guide and participate in feedback discussions. How a teacher and the student facilitate effective peer reviews. There can be multiple ways like explain the rationale for peer review to students, be prepared to give feedback on the feedback students provide, display examples of feedback to illustrate quality differences. What is the process and how the process of peer assessment takes place? Firstly, summation of the creative work is important. Then, the distribution of work among the peers. Then, evaluation based on criteria. Then, provision of constructive feedback, and also at the last, reflection on feedback received. Developing assessment criteria. Involve students in discussing and setting assessment criteria. Consider co-creating an assessment rubric with students. Ensure students understand and own the criteria for more valid assessment. Therefore, developing a criteria where students take active part, discuss and assess how the criteria will work, and they also understand the process and procedure how the assessment will take place is very crucial in developing the assessment criteria. Now, let's move forward to the benefits of the peer assessment. It empowers students to manage their learning. It equips students with lifelong assessment and feedback skills, and it motivates deeper engagement with the course content. There are various tools and methods for peer assessment, likely checklist, rubrics, rating scales, peer feedback forms, online platform and tools. There are multiple challenges that comes in the peer assessment process. It can be of various types, but there are few that I have discussed. Ensuring students to take the process seriously is one major challenge for a teacher. Maintaining objectivity and fairness in the review is also a challenge in the peer assessment. Providing constructive feedback without personal biasness, discrimination is one major point where the teacher has to focus and ensure that there's no unfair things is taken into consideration and unbiased assessment is taking place. There are multiple skills involved in peer assessment, and to improve those skills there are few things that we need to take in mind, to keep in mind. Practice giving and receiving feedback regularly. Reflect on the feedback received to improve work. Learn to use feedback to set personal learning goals. Thus, peer assessment is a valuable tool for academic and personal growth. It prepares students for real world and feedback scenarios. It encourages a collaborative and supportive learning environment among the students and the teacher. It also develops creative thinking and empathy towards the peers and also towards the school and classroom. Thank you and have a nice day.